Hi guys, Namaste. Welcome back to AppSec Zeroed. In the previous video, we discussed some initial access control labs. Today, we'll dive deeper into understanding and exploiting the broken access control vulnerability. If you haven't watched the previous video, I have provided the link in the description and you can find it in the eye icon at the top as well. Before we start with the labs, I highly recommend you to review this content and the link is given in the description as well. It's straightforward and it will help you to build solid foundation for the labs we will be solving today. Let's get started. In this specific lab, the context mentions a header called x original URL and other header called x rewrite URL, which can be used to override the URL in the original request. Let me explain this lab further with the help of a diagram. Here we have a client, load balancer or a proxy, and backend server. When client sends the request, it will be sent to the load balancer and load balancer forwards it to the backend server. So let's say we are a normal user and we are trying to access admin panel. So here the load balancer is checking if the user is a normal user, and if he or she is trying to access admin, then it will get blocked. So what we are doing is that even though we are a normal user, we are trying to access a normal endpoint, and we are trying to give the header x original URL as admin. Now load balancer checks if the URL is an admin. It's not, and we are a normal user. So the request is sent to the backend server. Now backend server gets this request and it'll add this admin to the PortSwigger. So now it will be like get PortSwigger slash admin and we'll get the admin panel access and the details in it. Now the response will be sent back to the load balancer and load balancer sends it back to the client. So based upon this, we'll be solving our lab. So let's solve this lab. Here, the website has an unauthenticated admin panel, it's slash admin. But a front-end system has been configured to block the external access, and we have to use X original URL header to solve this. So let's solve this lab. Here, let's try to access admin panel, and it's blocked. So let's go to Burp Suite, and here we have the request that is sent to access admin panel. So let's see here let's send this to repeater, and as I have shown it in the diagram, let's remove this and add a header x original URL to slash admin and send it. See, we got 200 OK here, and we got the delete option here as well. So let's request this in browser. So what we'll do is that let's intercept this, because we have to change the X original URL here as well while we send the delete request. So let's send the request. Let's forward this. And here we have this. So let's forward this. See, the lab is solved. Let's solve our next lab. This context says that sometimes access controls can be bypassed when we change the request methods. So let's see how we can do that in this lab. So here we have administrative credentials and user credentials. So that said us to familiarize us with the administrative panel or see how the requests that are being sent as an admin. So let's go. Let's go to our account, login as admin. Let's try to access admin panel. Here we have Carlos. Let's try to upgrade the user and let's see this request. So as we can see here, we have post method and a session cookie that is tied with this admin account, and there are parameters Carlos and saying it to upgrade. So let's send this to our repeater. Now this session cookie says that this account is an admin. So what we are gonna do is that let's try to replace the session cookie with a normal user, change the request method, and let's try to de upgrade ourselves. So let's log out of this account. Let's try to log in as a normal user. So these are session cookie. Let's copy this. Let's go to our repeater. First, let's change the request method. Change the session cookie. Change the user to ourself. Let's send the request. See, now we are able to upgrade ourselves and the lab is solved. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more AppSec content.